Hello and welcome. We are here for Ashley's Heart Song. This is the place where we get out of the stress and back into our body, our life, and our business. Because when we tap into the song of our heart, that is when we master the mind and the stress that can steal our life. Welcome to today's show. I am so happy that you joined me today. This is going to be a fun show because we get to really dive in, look within, and see where we are on this act of surrender, this act of letting go and letting God, and what that really means, and how we can really work it down to where what is the key ingredients of surrender. And I am grateful that you are here with me as we dive into this exploration, really, this exploration into how we see surrender and how we participate inside of surrender and what we can do to get better at it and why we would even want to get good at this. We're going to be diving into how surrender impacts our personal growth and our spiritual deepening. So we are truly in for a treat today. So surrender is the act of releasing control over all aspects of our life to a higher power, trusting that the greater wisdom guides us towards our highest good. You know, that is something that I think of quite a bit when something is happening that is not really going my way. I always have to remind ourselves, this is for my highest good. It's for my highest good, because maybe what I'm thinking is going to be the best road for me may not be the best road for me, because who am I? I am just a human being that is here doing the best that I can. And yet, when we get all involved in our life and all involved in the goals that we're setting and what we want to accomplish, we can sometimes get on that pathway of really holding on to the reins and really trying to control our way through. And so it's about letting go of that tight grip that we have on our plans, our expectations, our fears, and instead embrace a flow of life with faith and openness. Surrender is not about giving up. It's about giving over. It's a shift from resistance to acceptance and struggle to peace. So it's about really opening up the hands and letting go. In this process, this is a place where we can move through life's challenges with grace rather than angst, trusting that everything is unfolding perfectly for our highest good, for the growth that we are here to experience, and for our very evolution as a human being. And I want to remind you, as we're talking about surrender, is that this is not a sign of weakness. It's a courageous act of trust and faith. And if you have been following me for long, you know that I have a program called the Sacred Metabolizer Journey. And surrender is a sacred metabolizer. And what a sacred metabolizer is it is a way of being that is actually elevated in the sense that biologically you are more than just surrender. Your equivalence to surrender is elevated. So that means that your frequency is higher. Your digestive system, your lymphatic system, your circulatory system, everything is heightened and operates in a much more efficient manner when we are in our sacred metabolizers. And surrender, trust, and faith, which are three that this topic actually calls for, all has you elevated in your biology. And I'm going to show you how that enhances your physiological and psychological way of operating. So we have this saying of let go and let God. And we say it off the cuff. And yet, when we take it to heart, it can have a profound impact on our life. By surrendering control and trusting in that higher power, we can experience a deep sense of peace, acceptance, and we can face life's challenges like a rock star. When we have peace within, and we are in a place of openness, gratitude, that is where we can face anything. And no matter what happens, we can come out on top. So do you see how powerful the act of surrender can be? And yeah, it's not easy. I don't believe that surrendering is easy. There are things in my present life that I am working to release that are from the past, and it can be downright challenging sometimes. Do y'all agree? I mean, it can really be challenging to let go of some of those things because our mind just wants to play with it and play with it and play with it all the time. But my hope is that after you hear what I have to say today, that you will begin to be strengthened by the very act of surrender, that you will be able to face this act of surrender with even more courage than you did before. Because putting this show together has truly helped me see surrender on an even more deeper level than I ever have before. The simple act of surrendering encourages a shift from trying to manage every teeny tiny detail of one's life and allowing divine flow to guide one's path. So today I'm going to give you 7 ways in which this let go and let God mentality, act, belief can transform your life. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1, this simple act of let go and let God, really diving into being able to do that, reduces stress and anxiety. By releasing that need to control every outcome, every detail, we can reduce the feelings of stress and anxiety that we hold within our very body because we're trusting that a higher power, by trusting in the higher power, that everything is going to unfold for our highest good. It brings a comfort, a calmness to the heart and the mind. When we can let go, really let go, and be present, we can actually grasp the concept of that comfort, of that calmness when we are open to it. Yes, we have to be open to it. It's not a off the cuff, okay, I'm going to let go and let God because this is driving me nuts. It's not like that. It's really about to release stress, to reduce stress and anxiety from within. And I've been on this road, and several of you have, the anxiety road, where anxiety is just alive within you. It's like a monster that is present in every moment of every day. It's the most terrifying experience to live in that place. And when you're there and you're wanting to release and to let go, but that monster is just hungry and it just holds on and holds on and holds on and holds on. You, it's that desire within you is wanting to open up the palms and really let it go, to really release it. And when you finally win the war with the monster and you do let go, there is such a blessed comfort that seeps into the heart and the mind that nothing can compare to. So if you are one of those that is in the muck of the stress, or that anxiety monster that's living within, that's grabbing hold of everything that you could ever fear, I highly encourage you to continue practicing surrender, because it doesn't happen just in one time shot. This is a practice. It's a practice each and every day to let go. Number 2, increases faith and trust. So these are the other 2 sacred metabolizers that we can work with on elevating our biology. And it fosters, faith and trust foster a deep spiritual connection and reliance. Faith and trust is about a reliance on the divine guidance, relying on your highest good, what is best for you and your highest good, trusting that there is divine guidance in that. This is about trusting in something that is greater than yourself. It's divine. It's relying on that divine guidance to lead you to living a more fulfilled and purpose-driven life. Trusting in that, having faith in that. Number 3, it promotes emotional healing. It allows us to forgive, heal, and move forward with a lighter heart. So when we let go of those past hurts and resentments, those experiences, the fears, it opens up the door for emotional healing. So the moment you open your palms, your emotional healing begins. But you got to take that very courageous step to be ready to let go of that monster. Open up your palms and begin the emotional healing. Number 4, it enhances personal growth. Well, yes, the simple act of surrendering, you are going to grow so much, because when you let go of what's been behind, of what happened back there in the past, when you let go, or maybe something that's happening right now and you let go, there's a bunch of lessons in there. Yes, a bunch of lessons for your own personal development. And when you've let it go, that is when you have that Hawkeye view to be able to see what that lesson is and how you can take that lesson, and only the lesson. You don't bring the whole event with you into the present. You leave all the muck back there, but you take the lesson and you hone that and use that in your development moving forward. So it's a huge growth in personal transformation. Huge. Number 5, it improves relationships by letting go of this need to control not only the situations and circumstances, but others and what they're doing. You can improve your relationship exponentially. It promotes acceptance, understanding, compassion towards not only others, but yourself as well. Number 6, it brings clarity and purpose. Trusting in the divine plan that has been written for you helps you gain a clarity about life's purpose and direction. It encourages living in alignment with your values and divine will. Wow. So inside of number 6, bringing clarity and purpose, there's a huge big nugget in there, because it truly is about living in alignment with not only what your values, your personal values, your personal beliefs, your personal thoughts, feelings, and emotions, but it is about lining up those values with God, lining up your pathway to the will that He has for you. Clarity and purpose. Whew, that's a mind blower. Number 7, the last one, it cultivates gratitude and joy. Y'all, when we let go of that monster, when we release it and we let go, that is when God helps us to appreciate the present moment and find joy in the journey, no matter what happens. Finding joy in the journey, and this cultivates that sense of gratitude and joy over life's blessings and all the good that comes in your door. This idea and practice of letting go and letting God invites a profound transformation by shifting from a life of control and resistance to one of faith, trust, and surrender. It opens up the heart and the mind to limitless possibilities that arise when we allow divine guidance to lead the way. So how do we get there, y'all? How do we actually surrender? What are these steps? I mean, if you're like me, you like steps. Give me a step-by-step process of how I surrender, because just surrendering is not working for me. Meaning, because when we just think, okay, I'm going to surrender it, I'm going to let go and let God, we're so human, y'all. We are like a magnet, I guess, and we just want to hold on to everything. And so when we do this, pardon me, I had left my water in there. So there are some things that we can do as a human being to get connected so that we can surrender. And these two elements, I'll call them, that I'm going to speak about today are 2 of the 7 elements of vibrant health. And one is slowing down. And y'all, slowing down is the gateway to surrender, because if you are running Mach 10 with your hair on fire, you are not going to be able to surrender. Because surrendering is about being present. And if you're going Mach 10 with your hair on fire, you are not present. If you're doing 3 things at once, you're not present. So it truly is about slowing down. We got to slow down and get right here in this moment. Place your fingertips together like this. And I want you to just notice what the pressure feels like, fingertip to fingertip. Close your eyes. Now take a breath in through your nose and feel the air coming through your nostrils. Exhale the air through your mouth. Breath in and out. And now just simply be present and breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. Allowing your attention to be on the breath and on your fingertips. Did you feel it? Did you feel yourself just almost like go down a spiral until you dropped? You dropped into the present moment. You can go Mach 10 with your hair on fire to being still and present in just a few moments, just by simply connecting. Connect your fingertips, connect to the breath, and you can bring yourself right back to center. Slow is critical to your health. When we are slow is when the body the body will begin to go into SLED's breathing. What is SLED's breathing? SLED's breathing is body breathing that is slow, long, even, deep, and smooth. Slow, long, even, deep, and smooth. It's body breathing. It is diaphragmatic breathing. And in that diaphragmatic breathing, in the SLED's process, that is when the body is becoming oxygenated. You are body breathing. And that helps you get into surrender, into presence. So you slow down, get connected right here. And the body will begin body breathing. It does. It's beautiful the way that that happens. You don't even have to try on the breathing. Your body will automatically do that. So we have some physiological benefits here of the slowing down and allowing the body to get into the breathing mode. It reduces your stress response. This is number one. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic state of operation, which counteracts the body's stress response. So when you're going Mach 10 with your hair on fire, doing 3 things at once, 2 things at once, when you are dropping your keys, stubbing your toe, banging your head, that is when you're in a stress response. If you fly off the handle, if you say something snarky, if you eat fast, eat without thinking, then you're in a stress response. And the way that you can go from that stress response, which is the Mach 10 with your hair on fire, into parasympathetic state of operation is simply by connecting and allowing the body to go into body breathing. It's beautiful. You can shift it so quickly. This will lead to decreased heart rate, decreased blood pressure, and muscle tension, and it's going to promote a state of calmness and relaxation. From that little exercise I did with you just a moment ago, you probably feel a little calmer and more centered, which doesn't that feel good? And then number 2 of physiological changes, you're going to improve the oxygen exchange. So you're breathing in oxygen, you're expelling carbon dioxide, and that efficient exchange supports better energy production in your body. It enhances your physical vitality and mental clarity. So the simple act of slowing down and breathing is going to exponentially elevate your physical vitality. Pretty cool, huh? The third thing physiologically that it can do for you is boost detoxification. So when you're deep breathing, you're supporting your lymphatic system's ability to eliminate toxins from your body. That detoxification process is crucial to maintaining your health and preventing disease. So the simple act of surrendering can help you do all of that physiologically. You become a healthier, more vibrant physical body. Now, the psychological benefits are just as good. It enhances mindfulness and presence. Well, as you gained from that little experiment that we did, where we put our fingertips together and we did a forced breath, yes, first, but then the breath just comes natural. That brought you into mindfulness and presence. Deep breathing encourages a focus on the present moment. It brings you to the now, and it helps you detach from past regrets and future anxieties. That's why mindfulness and meditation practices are so vital for the health and vitality of our body-mind complex, is because those 2 things help us to release the past so we don't hang on to them. It makes it so much easier to surrender when you do this. Makes it so much easier to trust in a higher power when you do this. Number 2, it promotes emotional release. So the simple act of breathing will unlock and release trapped emotions that are within your body. You may have done a deep breathing meditation before and you felt like you were choking on your emotions. And that is the release, the emotional release of all of that that has been stored within you. Your body is getting it out. That's a good thing. Allow that cry to erupt. Allow the chest to get tight and knotted and just flow with it. Just go with those feelings. Just be present with them so that they move through you and get out of you. This leads to greater emotional resilience and freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. So number 3, psychological benefits is it supports meditation and prayer. Deep breathing is often used as a preparatory practice for meditation and prayer, and it creates a tranquil mind and heart that is so much more receptive to spiritual insights and divine guidance. Incorporating deep breathing into your daily routine or moments of stress that you have during the day, or if you know that a time of day is kind of difficult for you, plug in a deep breathing. We talked about that in the last couple of Ashley's Heart Song episodes. During those moments of stress and uncertainty, take a moment to breathe because it can significantly aid in the process of surrendering those moments, surrendering the stressful moments, surrendering the angst, the frustration. It allows us to let go and let God guide us towards more personal, greater personal and spiritual growth. So what if we don't do this? Well, you've probably all experienced the result of not surrendering. I know I have. Keeps us living inside of a life that's filled with worry, anxiety, anger, frustration, disillusionment. In my younger years, I was filled with worry. In fact, my sister used to call me worry wart all the time because I worried about everything. In my 20s, that worry fueled the fire for anxiety. And that anxiety lived with me for a long time, over a decade. And that constant monster living within just clouds life. It covers up all the good things that are happening. Can you relate to that? Can you relate to living a life where you didn't surrender and you ended up with this baggage of frustration and disillusionment and worry, fears galore? It's no way to live, is it? No way to live at all. Y'all, it is time to not hold on. Don't hold on to that tight grip that you have over whatever it is that you're trying to control to make you feel safer, to make you feel better, to make you feel, I don't know, deserving. It's not worth it. The tighter my grip got, the more anxious I became. So release it. Let go. Let go of the grip. Surrender. Surrender. So my expert tip for you today is to incorporate that mindful breathing activity that we did earlier in the session, fingertips together, bring your attention to your breath, and just allow your body to do the sleds breathing. Slow, long, even, deep, smooth. And allow it to become rhythmic and regular. Do that several times throughout your day. And see yourself becoming more present. And when you're present, you can let go and let God. And I want to leave you with this quote by Sonia Riscotti. Surrender what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. If you enjoyed this episode of Ashley's Heart Song, I ask that you please subscribe to Ashley's Heart Song just by clicking the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, if you're on the Win Win Women TV network, please feel free to continue watching my show from the show page and reach out to me with any questions that you have. And you can also join me on the Vibrant Soul Reboot Facebook group. It's called Vibrant Soul Reboot. And it's a Facebook group where I leak all the details of upcoming webinars on topics just like these. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, surrender. See you soon.